It's time to stop struggling with installing elastic waistbands and hems. Let me show you how it's done. First of all, you're going to measure your waist circumference using a tape measure. I am measuring the smallest part of my waist because that's where this pants will be worn. You also want to measure around your ankle and be sure to leave some room. So the next thing that you want to do is to remove 4 inches from the waist measurement that you took and cut your elastic to be that same exact length. I am using 2-inch elastic because I feel like it gives a true waistband experience. You're going to put the 2 ends together and stitch them with a 1/4 inch allowance. Opposite that seam, you're going to put a notch at the top and bottom of your elastic. That's how it should look. Next, you're going to match those notches with the seam that you have sewn in that elastic, and on the opposite ends, you're going to repeat the same steps. So put a notch at the top and a notch at the bottom. You don't want to cut your notches too deep because that might just destroy the integrity of the elastic. Here, you want to make sure that you have 4 points on your elastic. 1 that is opposite your elastic seam and 2 that are to the left and right of those. You're going to take the 4 points that are on the elastic and you're going to match them to the 4 points on your pants waist or your skirt waist, whatever it is that you're making this elastic waistband for. So you're going to start by matching the seam in the elastic to the center back of your pants, and then you're going to put the notches opposite that seam to the center front. Baby, hello. And then you're going to put the notches that are to the left and right on the side seams of the pants accordingly. Secure those with pins, and after securing them with pins, you're going to use your sewing machine and stitch along where those pins are to pretty much secure the elastic to the pants. This is going to make it a lot easier to sew without your elastic coming out of place. Now we're going to stitch all the way around the waist of the pants from one point to the next, making sure that you stretch the elastic to meet the fabric. Next, you're going to fold your elastic over completely and stitch it down like this. Now to do the elastic hems, you're going to fold your hem up by whatever the thickness of your elastic is and make sure that your elastic will be able to fit in it along with an extra 1/4 to 1/2 inch space. Once you've done that, you're going to pin your hem down and stitch all the way around. By the way, I'm using a Singer 4423 heavy duty sewing machine, and if you want to get 10% off, you can shop on Singer.com and use my code QUAINT10. Be sure to leave at least a 2-inch space for your elastic to pass through. Now you're going to take your elastic and you're going to cut it to the same exact length that you measured on your ankles. We're not going to make this much smaller than your actual ankles because, like I said earlier, you don't want your elastic hems to be too tight because that might just cut your blood supply off. You're going to put a safety pin at the end of your elastic and feed it through that space that you created at the bottom of the hem. Then you're going to bring the 2 ends of the elastic to meet like this. Take it to your sewing machine and stitch with a 1/4 inch allowance to join them together, and you can go over that several times to make sure that it doesn't pull out. And then you're going to bring the elastic into the hem and fix that space so that you're able to take it to your sewing machine, stitch it all together. Now, once you've done that, you're going to have 2 beautiful hems. But if you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, share with a sewing friend, and subscribe to the Sew Quaint channel if you haven't already.